And welcome in, welcome back. Martin Kilcoyne from Fox 2 with you. It's the 2020 Power of Parenting Virtual Gala. COPE24 continues to spread the message, continues to spread the word, but most importantly, this is a gala. If you want to at home, get all dressed up, pour yourself a cocktail, however you want to take part in this gala, you can. But the important thing is you hear the message and you're able to get involved. And we always start things off with our executive director, our founder, the one and only Renee Howitt.
And of course, we want to thank our corporate sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to do any of the things that we've done so far. Of course, we're considering you to make a donation, and no donation is too small. If it weren't for all of your donations, we also could not have done this. We've produced 4 full-length documentary videos. Donations are just one way that you can help us. We are trying to create a movement. So each day, when you get an email from us, even if you donate this first day, please forward these emails to 5 to 10 other people that you know. An idea only becomes a movement when we're successful in getting people that otherwise didn't know or didn't care to actually care. So we're asking you to forward each of our e-blasts out to people that you know so they become aware of COPE24. Also, please follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. And here's the final thought. Go to Amazon Smile. Amazon makes donations to the nonprofit that you choose. This takes less than a minute. Go to Amazon Smile. You have to put in changing our parenting experience, not COPE24. Changing our parenting experience, and every time you make a purchase on Amazon, they will send a donation to COPE24. You're gonna buy those products anyway. It costs you nothing, but it means everything to us. And of course, if you have any questions or comments or thoughts, go to the website, cope24.com. My email address is on almost every page. And just send me an email. I'll be more than happy to respond to you. Thank you so much for your support.
Always great to check in with Renee. I think I need some new adjectives for her. The indefatigable, the determined, all of those apply. And one of the great things they do at COPE24 is provide the videos, and that sparks the conversation. We talk to teachers about how these videos have really impacted the students because they're in the classroom. They can see it for themselves.
We take a lot of that information from the videos and we use it cross-curricular. So we're using it first in our course, and then they're like, oh my gosh, what happens to these people once they are, prosecuted? So then they go to their law and their government teacher, and then they find out what the laws are about child abuse in Missouri. Then they'll go to their biomedical science teacher and they'll find out what happens to a baby that was born dependent on some sort of substance or alcohol or whatever it might be, drug abuse. So it really has created a cross-curricular conversation, which is really exciting for us because it all sparked from watching a 30-minute or an hour-long video, and these kids have such an impact. And the questions that are in the curriculum are huge. They're questions that I probably would have never thought of, but it also generates the conversation. Some kids are kind of nervous to speak about it at first. So once we're like, okay, we watched the video, how does this make you feel? And they're all sad and mad, and they want to know what happens next. But the conversation spark, how did we get here? What are the ACEs and what is the stressors of being a parent? So it's making a huge difference. We've seen a lot of great conversations in our Child Development 1 courses over the last couple of years when we started using this. So we're going to keep doing it. We had a virtual experience, obviously, here at the end of last year, and we could still have those conversations virtually through discussion boards. So whether you're in the classroom or you're doing a virtual experience, I feel the impact was the same.
Cam, since we came on board, the one thing that has stuck into our minds is how important Renee Howitt is and how much she's given back to our community.
She is a sweet woman, does a lot of work throughout this community, and anytime you're around her, she makes you feel better about yourself. We love her. She does great work.
You want to have people around you in your life that make a positive impact. Renee Howitt has done that for thousands of people And we can't thank you enough, Renee.
Part of the mission with COPE24 is to get the message out there. And the spoken word is powerful, but a lot of times a video actually shows folks what we're talking about. And those videos, they can be very emotional. They can be powerful. And this is another example of that.
Nicholas was crying, agitated. He wouldn't stop crying.
Shut up!
They believe that he shook him. Nicholas sustained 2 fractures to the skull.
The neurologist told us that the blood on the brain could only be from the brain going back and forth and back and forth.
Presley does not walk. He will never be able to walk. I know that we're on borrowed time, and I know that I'm most likely gonna bury my baby, because when you have a shaken baby, it's the inevitable.
She'll continue to grow physically, but her mind will be captive in a 5 or 6 year old. The seconds that it took to shake Hannah erased her future. That's gone.
You wouldn't think that that short a time could do so much damage, but it does.
4 children, 4 worlds, changed forever. See their story, the life sentence.
Why would anyone want to hurt an innocent baby?
These videos are really powerful, really impactful, and if you want to see all of the work that COPE24 is doing, you go to their website, COPE24.com, and see the trailers for the videos that they have produced. Part of the programming this week has included a couple of friends of mine, Andy Strickland, Cam Jansen, a couple of guys who are a lot of fun, really passionate about hockey, but they can also be serious and passionate about kids.
You know, Cam, it's hard to believe anybody could hurt a baby, but the reality is people out there do, because they aren't educated about the responsibility that comes with being a parent.
I mean, look at this precious little thing in my arms. My gosh almighty, it's tiny.
That's why we need videos. That's why we need people like COPE24 to educate young people on the importance and the responsibility that comes with being a parent.
It's important that we get out the message that we have to prevent child abuse before it occurs. And the best way to do that is by teaching teenagers how to be a better parent, to think about the kind of parent you want to be, so that in the middle of the night when you're faced with that crying infant, you understand it's not because you're doing something wrong, it's just that's what parenting is all about. And to help parents stay calm and not shake their infants, for example, we need to learn that before we even think about having children.
And with that, day 3 is in the books. Our Power of Parenting virtual gala for COPE24 rolls on all week. If you tuned in to all 3 episodes, we appreciate it. If you're just joining us, make sure to come back for our final episode, day 4. We'll continue the special messages, the special videos, and hopefully you and your friends can get involved by going to COPE24.com.